himself and kick the session off.
Thanks, Emily. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm McFly, Guillaume. I'm the co-founder of ETHonline. So I will be with you today for 30 minutes to present what we are doing with our new release, ETHonline v3. We launched that a few days ago on mainnet. So first, I will probably present our bounty, the price, what we are looking for, and after we will dive into the product, the platform itself, the contracts, the integration guidelines, and after, I will try to save some minutes to answer all your questions if you have some. I think that's it. Anything else I'm missing, Emily? Or that's all about.
That's perfect. You can kick it off.
Awesome, cool. Regarding the price for the ETHOnline hackathon, we will offer 5,000 USDC worth of price for 3 different projects, 3 different team or person. The first place will be with 3,000 USDC, the second place with 1,500 USDC, and the last one, the third place, with 500 USDC. For the first place, we will also offer access to our grant program. We have a grant program with ETHonline directly funded by the community and our governance treasury. So definitely, if there is good ideas, good products that pop up during the hackathon, we will definitely support your work after, of course, if you want. Usually we are doing that with a couple of projects. That will be definitely something we are open to. So we wanted to have like a general bounty, a general price. So it's definitely open for any ideas, any products, something that you already started working on as a side project is also fitting into our scope. Of course, you need to fit also in the framework of ETHOnline, the rule of ETHOnline. It's definitely open for everyone and every ID. And mainly with our new release, ETHonline v3, we really wanted to streamline the user experience for developers, making everything as simple as it is to build on top of Compound or Aave. So that was the main goal with this new release. So we hope that it will ease your workflow in terms of building the right interface, building managing the accountancy. If you want to use ETHonline products for your own projects. But maybe before diving into the details, just an overview of what we are doing with v3. So ETHonline is a non-custodial protocol currently operating on Ethereum mainnet, where you deposit some assets and you get in exchange a fixed yield rate. So a fixed yield rate, basically it's a percentage, a yield percentage that you get, it's fixed. So you deposit, let's say for 1 year, 100 DAI. If we promise you 4% fixed yield rate, you will get at the end, at the maturity date, 104 DAI. So that's fixed terms. So that's the main product. It's what we are good at. And with ETHonline v3, also we introduced another product that we name Yield Token. And this yield token allows everyone to speculate on future yield on the underlying protocol we are using. Because ETHonline, we are not generating the yield ourselves. We are using under the hood Compound, Aave, Harvest. We will release soon new adapters for Cream, for Idle Finance, and many others. But right now, what you have on the mainnet is Compound, Aave, Harvest. So we are acting, you can see ETHonline as an intermediary between the end user who want to get his deposit earning some fixed yield rate and the underlying protocol that are using variable rate for generating the yield. So we are like this filter, taking the variable yield rate from Compound, for example, and promising to our end users the fixed interest rates. So the yield token in all of that is allowing someone to buy it and earn the variable rate that the deposits from our users are earning on Compound. So that's a secondary product, but it's really important for us because it helps us also de-risk the protocol. The main risk we have on 88MPH when you are offering a fixed interest rate to someone is the insolvency risk. So that means what happens if we are not able on Compound or on Aave to generate enough yield for paying back, for being able to allow our users to withdraw their principal, their initial deposit, plus the interest we promised to them. So that's really important. And for this reason, we designed all the system of 88MPH to manage this risk, because it's really what makes everything useful and an added value for everyone. So we want to offer a fixed yield rate, but of course, managing the insolvency risk and eliminating as much as possible. So the yield token is here for that, allowing someone to buy it and speculate on the future yield that we can get on Compound Aave. Or if you are already borrowing on Compound or Aave, for example, you are borrowing DAI, so you have a borrowing cost, you can hedge your cost of borrowing by buying this yield token that will allow you, if the interest rate on Compound or Aave are increasing, you can kind of hedge your cost of borrowing some DAI, let's say, on Compound. So that's really an interesting product. There is some other projects that are doing this kind of yield token, but it's fairly a different process for us. We are naming it yield token, but it's different from what you can get on other protocols doing fixed yield rates. So yeah, that's the two main products. After there is other stuff like you can stake your your MPH. So the MPH is the native token of 88MPH. You get it by depositing your funds on 88MPH, and as an incentives, we reward you with some vested MPH that are linearly vested to you over the duration of your deposits. And after that, if you want to stake them, you will be able to earn 100% of the protocol revenue. So we share all the revenue of the platform with our MPH stakers. I will go back to the revenue right after, but I see that I'm already talking too much, so I will dive directly into the product, and after I will present you the integration guidelines, the smart contract, and everything you need to start building on top of 88MPH. So I will minimize that. So we are currently on 88MPH.app. So you can access that directly by typing in your browser this address. We are on Rinkeby. So you have the possibility to start playing with on Ethereum mainnet, of course, but also on Rinkeby. So I will just do the demo on Rinkeby right now. So that's the home page where you can learn different things, how we are doing things, like what makes us different from others, how it works, the money flow, and that's the future, like the yield token part. So that's the second product we have. Yeah, so that, yeah, everything of course is audited by Trail of Bits, PakeShield, and Code4. We have also, if you're interested by that, Unify bounty of 100K. If you find some issue, don't hesitate to directly post them, submit them on Unify. So if you want to deposit into 88MPH, I'm an end user, I want to deposit, I have some DAI to deposit. You go on Earn and you deposit some DAI here, for example. Currently, we are offering up to 1.85% fixed yield rate plus 25% MPH rewards. So what does it mean? If it's according to the duration of your deposits, we will be more generous or a bit more conservative according to your maturity. So if you have a maturity, let's say, of 30 days, we will be a bit more generous in terms of the fixed yield rate we are offering. If you select, for example, 1 year, we will decrease a bit the amount of the fixed yield rate we are offering, because we can't really predict enough the future, of course. So we want to be more conservative. And the way we are computing, evaluating what we can offer in terms of fixed yield rate to our user is by using interest oracle. So it's an in-house interest oracle that pulls the variable rate from compound, for example, and we evaluate a 30-day exponential moving average from that stream of data from compound. And from that 30-day exponential moving average, we take a certain percentage. In that case, if you want, for example, to deposit for, let's say, approximately a month, you will get 75% of the fixed interest rate that we extract from the 30-day exponential moving average. So if, let's say, the variable rate on compound currently for DAI is at 10%, and our exponential moving average of 30 days is also around 10%, we will be able to offer you for a deposit of 30 days, 7.5% fixed yield rate. So that's fairly simple, like in terms of mechanic. Like the design is really basic in that sense. There is no other complex computation that we do to evaluate the amount of fixed yield rate we can offer to our end users, but it's working. So it's really one of the main pieces we have in our system is that interest oracle and the yield token that help us manage this insolvency risk also. So we are not giving out 100% of the 30-day exponential moving average. So let's say I want to deposit for 30 days. I will get this fixed yield. I will earn that amount at maturity. So I'm depositing right now. Let's say we will deposit 100 DAI. And I will get also MPH rewards. So that's the native token of 88 MPH. Of course, if I'm depositing for 1 year, I will do something more generous. I will get something more generous in terms of yield at the end. So that's the total available at maturity. And you see here that you can customize NFT metadata. What does it mean? Is since the beginning, since we created 88 MPH and we launched that on mainnet in November 2020, we are using NFT ERC 721 to represent the deposit of our users. As I said before, we are an intermediary. So when you deposit through 88 MPH 100 DAI, what we do is basically we send with like the intermediary is we send this deposit directly to Aave compound according to the pool you selected, and we represent what you deposited through 88 MPH by this NFT, and this NFT is acting like a database where we register the amount you deposited, the amount of fixed interest rate you need to receive, the MPH rewards, these kind of things. So that means that we can allow someone to customize this NFT with metadata, because basically it's an NFT. It's a DeFi NFT, if I can say. So you can customize it by saying, okay, that's a test, ETHOnline test. And you can select, you can upload an image, you can upload also a description if you want, and you can add as many attributes you want. So you can basically customize whatever you want here. Let's say we will just select an image, a random one I'm finding here. Yeah, that's fine. So that's it. That's my deposit. Why? Like this is an experiment. We launched that with the V3. It's to see how we can merge creativity with decentralized finance and also connect with different community of creators to start exploring this venue, also mixing DeFi and NFT creative content with NFT and DeFi. And we will see what happens with that. But we have 3 artists in residence. working on collection of arts, and we will release this collection. Probably will start next week, and we will run some auction, and we will do charity things with the proceeds. And we already did that in last December, and we will start again. And so it's open for everyone. It's permissionless, so everyone who is depositing on ETH can customize its NFT metadata. So I will deposit right now. Maybe I'm not connected to the right one. Let's see that one. Okay. So I'm depositing. And just to gain time, I will show you already deposit I did with USDC and DAI on Rinkeby. So you see all my deposits that are currently being deposited, that have some maturity dates already reached or not reached. So for this reason, you see unlocked. That means that this one, I can withdraw it. When I withdraw, I will get my initial deposit, of course, plus the interest earned with a fixed yield rate. So you see here, I have some that are still locked. When it's locked, you can still withdraw early, of course, your deposits. So for example, you need your money for whatever reason, you don't want anymore to use 88 MPH, you can withdraw early, minus a 0.5% fee on the initial amount. So let's say I was depositing 88 DAI. If I withdraw 100% of it, I will lose 44 cents. You can top up your initial deposit. So what does it mean topping up a deposit is you don't change the maturity date, you just top up the amount. So it's still the same maturity date if it's ending in 292 days. Even if you top up, it will be 292 days in maturity date. Of course, with for the new deposit, with a new fixed yield rate according to the day you deposit. And you can claim your rewards. So for example, here I have this deposit of 144 DAI. I'm currently earning 25% APR on this deposit in MPH. So I can claim my MPH, and after I can do whatever I want with. I can stake it for XMPH. I can provide liquidity to boost my yield and other stuff. And for mature deposits, you can roll over your deposit. So that means that you will compound the interest that you earned with that initial deposit, and you redeposit the whole amount, so the principal plus the interest you earn into a new deposit with a new maturity date that you can select. And of course, you can withdraw. One thing I didn't mention before is you don't see it here yet. But you have a possibility to have custom maturity. So you can select between 1 day and maximum 1 year. And also we'll introduce probably next week preset maturity. And under the hood, it will be zero coupon bonds. So zero coupon bonds is basically a bond that offers a fixed yield. And you can redeem it when you reach maturity date. You redeem the full face value and you buy the bond at a discount. So for example, if a bond, it's a $100 value, you can buy it at 80%, at $80. That means at maturity, you will be able to withdraw 80 plus 20. So it will yield 20% fixed yield rate on this zero coupon bonds. But we wanted to simplify all of that with V3, so we don't mention any financial lingo or jargon directly into the interface. It's just happening under the hood. So you have custom maturities, normal deposits, and you will have preset maturity. It's a zero coupon bonds. Just taking a look at the time. Okay, I will accelerate on that. So I think that's it for the earn page things. Of course, you can, even if you deposited already, you can still customize the metadata, you can add stuff. And we are introducing also the video supports. Everything is using IPFS with NFT storage. So it's permanently addressed, permanently stored. So that's a robust solution for NFT, like handling NFT correctly. There is no issue with that. So the stake, just quickly, you stake your MPH and you can gain you can receive a protocol revenue. So we share 100% of the protocol revenue. And the protocol revenue comes from the fee we are extracting from the interest paid out to our end users, but also from the protocol under the hood we are using, like Compound or Aave, where we can harvest the governance token of this protocol, and we redistribute all of that on a bi-weekly basis with the MPH back. So that means we are buying back with the proceeds of our revenue some MPH on the market, and we distribute directly the MPH to our end users. And it's basically working the same way as X Sushi. If you know SushiSwap, it's basically the same model. And the last thing I wanted to show you is this yield token. So I hope it's kind of clear for you how it works. Basically, when someone deposits, what we do is, if it's loading, when someone deposits, we will list here directly yield token opportunities that represents that is directly tied to each deposit. So for example, here you see a yield token for the DAI compound pool with a maturity on September 20. And there is 10,000 CDAI yield token available worth $2. And this $2 basically represents the amount of fixed yield rate, the amount of fixed rate interest that we promise it to our users. So that's the price of the yield token. And if you pay that, this yield token will allow you to earn the variable rate on the total amount of deposited funds. So in that case, it's $10,000. So with $2, you can earn the variable rate on 10,000 plus the cost, also the initial cost of a yield token. So that's really interesting. It's highly leveraged product that allow you to have huge upside. So for this reason, it's a speculative tool. And it's really interesting in terms of return, but of course also there is some risk. You can go down if the current variable rate on Compound, for example, fall, your ROI will also fall. So you need to really making sure that you are optimistic in terms of the future yield you can receive from Compound. So if you feel bullish, of course, you will have a better return. And also on top of that, you'll receive some MPH rewards. I will stop here. I will just show you in 2 minutes the integration guideline we have directly on our documentation. So it's accessible with via docs.eth-mph.app. The developer docs, integration guideline, you have the smart contract architectures, you have all the links that are necessary to explore the smart contracts, the smart contract references. All of that is documented. It's pretty well done. And of course, if you have questions, you will be able to chat directly with us on our Discord or directly on the Discord of ETHOnline, of course. We'll have a specific channel for that. And you can access directly all the contracts on GitHub. So you have the deployment there. And you see also, you will have access to a deployment guideline where we explain how to deploy your own smart contract for ETH-mph. And all of that, of course, is available for Rinkeby and for mainnet. So all of that is referenced there. And I will stop here. Just wanted to know if there is questions. I will check right now.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of questions in the chat.
Yeah, so can I have how much? Yeah, can I have 3 minutes to answer all of that?
Yeah, you can get through all the questions. I'm sure there'll be some time.
Okay, so yeah, guys, do anything with Terra USD or any integration feel we can get? So we are not doing anything yet with Terra, but we are going multi-chain layer 2 stuff starting end of next week. We will start with Polygon, we will go on Phantom, Avalanche, and others. Basically, we'll adopt the same strategy as SushiSwap, deploying on as many multi-chain as possible. So I don't know, like I don't know much about Terra, but why not? But it's definitely something we can support, at least the UST. I think it's already listed on several protocols we are using under the hood. So we can definitely have a pool for UST. I'm moving to the next one. So all 88 MBH make money when someone receives vested MPH. When he deposits, he receives vested MPH linearly vested over the duration of this deposit. When he claims his MPH rewards, we receive 10% newly minted MPH. So let's say if the end user receives 10 MPH, we will receive 1 MPH directly going to the developer fund. So basically, it's 10% of what we give to our users. So in that way, we are able to finance our operation, paying for security audits and all of that. Yes, the Interest Oracle, it's a home product of 88 MPH. Yeah, fully audited at least 6 times and things like that. So it's something that will work also with Chainlink keepers. We will announce later, but we have an integration with that. Like it will automate the workflow to update each day the interest that we offer. So because we are using a 30-day exponential moving, we need that. So it's a manual process currently. So we want to automate all of that. So you could hypothetically create a debt market like the bond market and price the NFT according to the NFT rate. Yes, exactly. The DeFi NFT stuff, it's an experiment, but there is definitely awesome use cases with that. So you can like give an intrinsic value to a creative content directly by depositing, let's say, 0.1 Bitcoin into that bond linked tied to this NFT with a nice loop done by your preferred artist if you want. And this thing will have an intrinsic value of 0.1 BTC, for example. So there is definitely cool stuff with that. What's actually happening when interest rate on all the people will be struggle on the rate using for duration. So that's where the yield token is really important for us. So speculator buy the yield token and it allows us to de-risk the solvency for everyone. So that's the main layer of de-risking. Of course, there is also the fact that we don't give 100% of the 30-day exponential moving average for the interest. So all of that we have here. If you see, you can learn more about risk mitigation. We are talking about that here. And after the lock period is end, and I don't withdraw, does it still earn APR? So it will continue earning interest, but not for the depositor, for the community in the pool. So it will create surplus of interest in the pool, auto-compounding for everyone else. But for you, like you get what we promised at the beginning. So it's 4% on 100 day, on 100 DAI, you will get 4 DAI. If you offer fixed rate on deposit, do you think you will start offering fixed rate borrowing rate in the future? Probably not. We won't go in that business. Others are doing it better than us. We prefer to act as a middleware where we use other protocol, yield aggregators, lending protocol, and we try to mix all of that to create an offer really focused on the fixed rate lending business. So next week it will work be on Polygon. Yeah, the first one will be on Polygon. Probably end of next week, we will have something to show. Yeah, and that's it, guys. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening, and don't hesitate to ask as many questions as possible here on ETHOnline, wherever you want, on Twitter, on Telegram. We are everywhere, so don't hesitate.
Thanks so much. That was a really great session, and you managed to squeeze quite a lot into the 30 minutes and even answer everyone's questions. Yeah, feel free to reach out to the 88 MPH team in Discord, and yeah, have a great evening, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Emily.